Hello everyone, Thatsmapizza once again with another Langrisser mobile stream, and I, I'm here to basically just cover a couple Apex matches, and this time I'm actually covering somebody else besides myself and Tears. So today I'm going to be reviewing one of the games for the Summit Der Langrisser community tourney right now between Junnie and Aerinoa, and forgive me for my pronunciation because I'm not going to put too much thought into this. Well, my pronunciation. In any case, let's dive into the first match. So, let's just do a quick analysis of the box once it gets up. Alright, so what is Junnie running? So he's kind of running mix of AoE, well, a mix of yeah, it's mostly single target unit with a couple assassins, and a good mix of AoE in it with Autocrado, and then there's Oboro there as well. And Aerinoa is a lot more assassin and single target focused. He only has one tank, and he looks like he kind of plays like has a very similar box to say B guy. Though I don't believe B guy has Arc Neo Virash in his box. Anyways, looks like Wedham gets banned out first because Wedham, as the first pick against the box with very few tanks, is kind of tricky to play around. But if you know what you're doing, it shouldn't be too bad. And personally, I think it would have been better to ban out a different character here, because even if Junnie first picks Wedham, Aerinoa can probably set up his starting position, so only like the units that can survive a Wedham air slash could basically set up his box, so only the units that can tank a air slash from a Wedham would be in front, would be able to get hit by Wedham turn 1. And depending on his pick spams, would be fine, because if he gets like a Sissy White like 3rd or 4th pick, he could just throw down a Lancer and have a bit more maneuverability. Any case, Wedham gets banned first, and then Epsilon gets banned first, which makes sense because Junnie has a good number of tanks, and banning off the assassins is a good idea in that sense. And then Junnie first picks our meta king Gintoki, which he's just a very solid pick, and then Aerinoa first picks Werner here, which is interesting because I think Werner is kind of like Die Hard in that he's kind of a one and done character, so I wouldn't really prioritize him over other characters. Like, probably would have been smart to bring his own Gintoki, but that's my personal preference. Okay, so the checks to Gintoki get banned out, and then Junnie picks up a tank, which will make Aerona's job pretty hard, because Gintoki is actually very, very tanky, and he's very hard to kill off. Like yesterday, well, I could show you that match, but yesterday I played against a Gintoki with 15k health and 14k soldier health, and yeah, it was very scary. Also, he had about 800 defense, which, yeah. Any case, so Obora and a McClane gets banned out, so Aerona's trying to gain map superiority, since the only characters with long range on Gianni's team now are Lost Him, Lucretia, and then Ironblood. And then Aerinoa picks up McClane, which allows him to better control the map and get first strike, which very good. And then he loses Lost Him and Gintoki, and then Junnie picks up Autocrado, which, yeah, it's going to be pretty hard to assassinate anybody now, since you get the damage reduction from Neo Elma's 3C, and then there's also the damage reduction from Autocrado's Aura, Talent Aura. So Aerinoa ends out those two and picks up what's his name, Die Hard, and yeah, honestly, it looks like Aerona's over-focusing on assassins at this point, because he's really just looking to kill off Gintoki as soon as possible, and then hopefully kill off deal with Autocrado afterwards, or any of Junnie's other characters. But the thing is, he left in Lucrezia, who I think Junnie's just gonna pick right now, and then it's gonna be even harder for him. Yeah, Lucrezia comes down, so Aerona's gonna have a really hard time actually winning this out. And then Aerona gets rid of the tanks, the healers, which honestly not a big deal in this sense, because a lot of times healers just aren't the best. And then Aerona picks up the Let Genesis for assassination shenanigans, and yeah, now Aerona has no mass attack left. So yeah, this is gonna be really tough for Aerona, because the only real characters he can assassinate would be Ironblood and maybe Gintoki, because Autocrate is really, really tanky. Neo Elma has a revive and is also really tanky, and Lucrezia also has a revive. And then he picks up his own Neo Elma, which I don't really think will be doing much in this sense. Maybe tank a hit or two from Gintoki, but it's gonna be really hard to deal with, to be honest. So yeah, let's see what they have. Oh, he brought strength in. Interesting. And then McLean, yeah, pretty standard stuff. Oh, he didn't bring the assassination thing, the devotees bond on Diehard. That's a mistake. Like, Gintoki could have run Lancer units, and Diehard would be able to do absolutely nothing against the Gintoki. And then Light of Genesis is running just kind of standard teleport support stuff, and then yeah, pretty standard stuff on Junnie's side as well, except the Autocrato's not going tank at all. So pretty much Junnie's main strategy is just going to be to push into the middle, and then pretty much pick off any units that get too close. While Aerona, I believe his main MO is gonna be to try to control the battlefield with McLean and then assassinate somebody as soon as possible. Okay, and the speed boost goes down. Lord of the Storm, yeah. So he's gonna try to control the map by throwing water in there, but the thing is, Autocrate just has so much range at this moment that it's really gonna be hard to do anything. Yep. So that goes down. I think it's gonna do a good amount of damage, and then yeah, there's really nothing Aerona can really do to respond, and he doesn't have a traditional healer, so that damage is pretty much gonna stick. Yeah, and then, yeah, I think Aerona's really in a tough spot because, oh, that's a bit of a mistake. Yeah, so I think he's going to try to assassinate the Autocrate here, but that's not really going to go well in my opinion. So yeah, and only uses that on one character. That's really not unfortunate. Oh, and he goes for the assassination for Gintoki, and Gintoki goes down. But I believe he had to use dual-bladed strike for that. Yeah, I did. So that's a trade, which it's okay. But Lucrezia is gonna just end up cleaning up his entire team because she's running AOE, and there's really nothing Aerona can do about the Lucrezia. So yeah, there goes the trade for Werner, and then ooh, a clock on Junnie. So yeah, I think that Neo Emla is actually gonna die to pretty much anything now. Because she's at half health and she can't heal all that stuff up, and then yeah. Yeah. There's not really much Aerona can do at this point. Okay, he's gonna go for the assassination on Autocrate, but that pretty much does nothing. And Sword Dance goes down. Yeah, so Junnie's firmly in control, even though he can't really get out of the starting position. So yeah, now gonna reapply the Iron Blood buff and then just take out McLean's first life. And now Diehard is gonna go in and probably assassinate the Lucretia since she's way out of position. Yeah, that's a dead Lucretia. So yeah, that was a bit of a mistake on Junnie's part, but it doesn't really matter because he's still firmly in control. Yeah, and doesn't... Yeah, the Light of Genesis is just too weak at this point. Oh, but down goes the Iron Blood, which... Oof. This looks like it's going to be a bit more closer than I thought. But I think, yeah, what's going to happen is now he's going to move... Oh, he didn't block off the... Yeah, right there, he could have just moved right in front of the Neo Elma and trapped her in fog. Huh, this is going to be interesting. But there's really not much Aerinoa really can do at this point because the AoE is just going to keep coming down and the he still has no heals to really recover from all the stuff that Autocrato's putting out. And yeah, he's just only going to get whittled down. Yeah, and the magic pulses are just going to be a huge thorn in Aerinoa's side because Autocrato can just spam his skills now, and that's a dead Light of Genesis. So yeah, Swords Dance. So yeah, Autocrato and Light of Genesis just will not die at this point. That's a mistake. Yeah, yep, and down goes Diehard. And I said that was a mistake because Autocrato's talent works in the way that if you're in his aura and you move a certain amount of steps, you do less damage. So if Aerinoa wanted to do more damage, he should have just used strike in the strike and then waited in place, and then he would have done, I'd say, maybe 15% more damage, but it still wouldn't have killed in the end. Okay, so now their double Wedum ban goes down since Wedum is a very good first pick if you're P1. In any case, Aerinoa picks up Epsilon because it seems like his boss is a bit more assassin focused, and I think Junnie's gonna just pick up Neo Elma here. Yeah, so he's pretty much banning out. Junnie is pretty much banning out Aerona's assassins, and then he lets Gintoki go through, which... Yeah, Gintoki's just really strong, so he's going to have to deal with that pretty quickly. And then Junnie goes with Autocrato again, which is pretty interesting, because that would let Gintoki activate his talent. Well, his super talent much faster, but yeah. Okay, so Oboro goes down, and then Lostum is picked. I'm not too sure if that's a good idea, because Lostum honestly won't be able to assassinate Autocrato, and he can't stun Neo Elma, since she usually brings that stun immunity accessory. And then Gintoki goes down as well. And then loses those two, and he picks up Diehard, which, okay, but still not the best. Okay, and then Azusa is picked, and then loses the healers, and then Azusa was picked on the other side as well. And then Lostum is picked there, so I think this is a little bit more tricky, but yeah, this is going to be a bit trickier for Junnie because you can't just sit Gintoki outside of guard range because there's a Lostum and a Diehard, so he doesn't have he won't have the Lancer protection to just tank a hit from Diehard. Plus, he doesn't really have anything to combat the stun if that went down. But in any case, that wouldn't even apply here anyways. So Epsilon is getting his buff down. He buffs up one of his allies so he can throw one of them in We'll throw in Die Hard much earlier. Okay, and it looks like they're just shuffling around. Junnie is shuffling around, so he doesn't get caught out by one of Aerona's attacks, and that's really unfortunate for Aerona because now Junnie's lost him can go in pretty easily and attack, well, possibly take out one of Aerona's eyes. I think he might actually be able to take out Gintoki here. And I think Aerona is going to try to assassinate... Oh yeah, he's just going to pop the talent on... Yeah, pop the talent on Azusa, and then Azusa pretty much has no range now and is very vulnerable to being killed off. And I think here... Oh, he's going to also stun this. Ooh, that's interesting. So I think what actually happened here is essentially stuns negate talents. So if you ever dealt with what's her name, Betty in Arena, well, yeah, just Arena, and she can be very annoying. But if you end up stunning her, her talent doesn't go off at all. So it looks like what happened here is Lawson went in, stunned the Azusa, and then just killed her. Because that talent did proc. And then Azusa just goes down to one hit. So yeah, that's good to know. And so all the act again talents and all the on death of talent stuff activate, and then Lawson just runs back into doesn't run back into guard range. He dies at. He actually got dice here. Oh. Okie doke. So now Junnie's Gintoki goes in, and he might be actually able to pick up the Gintoki over here if he really wants to. And that pretty much leaves, yeah. Oh yeah. So Junnie takes out the Gintoki on Aerona's side, so that's a 2-for-1, well, technically 2-for-2 trade, 2-for-1 trade at the moment. Though I think this can be 2 for... Oh! And Epsilon whiffs the kill. Let's go back and see that. Like, how much defense does he have? Almost 800. He has about... almost 1500 defense HP. This soldiers also have almost 1500 HP. And then, yeah, let's see what happens here. And how much attack does he have? Okay, 1932. So, on... Let's see this. So let's see what happens here. So the crit goes down on the soldiers, and the Epsilon soldiers with the kill, and yeah, that's just really unfortunate. So yeah, Gintoki was also on defensive train, so he's pretty solid in that sense. So yeah, Aerona just got a 2-for-1 trade, and now there's really nothing he can do. And then the Azusa is going to get killed here. And Gintoki gains a bunch more HP. And then... Oh, I think that might have been a mistake, because that... Oh wait, never mind. Epsilon doesn't have assassination skill anymore, so he can't do anything. And so, yeah, it seems like Gintoki's just recovering his HP and waiting for his act again to come up before he can just run all over Aerona's team. And then, usurp, that's funny. So yeah, so... Oh, interesting. So he's gonna try to kill Gintoki with just himself, and it whiffs, unfortunately. So yeah, Aerona's pretty much just rushing to kill the Gintoki because he has no skills left, and this Gintoki will completely run over him if you give him the chance. Yeah, Furious Duel, this isn't gonna do anything. So yeah, that's done. And then He's just spamming his AoE skills on Aerinoa, and yeah, there's just nothing he can do. Yeah, and and then the Epsilon is just completely toast now. Yeah, let me just double check one thing, cause okay, so his let's see. So yeah, that's really unfortunate. Yeah, like it probably might have been smarter to just suicide lost him or the diehard to get Epsilon's skill back up, his shield back up, and that might have given him an opportunity to assassinate Gintoki right here. Because Gintoki, even if he'd acted again, he would not have gotten his skills back up. Though, an auto attack from Gintoki might have taken out the Epsilon. I'm not 100% sure, because this Epsilon is actually kind of squishy. But, unfortunately, we'll never get to find out, because Gintoki's just going to heal up, use his... Oh yeah, and this is probably going to kill Epsilon. So yeah, Epsilon just... Oh, Epsilon lives here. So yeah, Aerinoa. In this situation, it might have been better to just suicide one of your useless units at the moment, because Diehard's not going to be doing anything for another turn or two, and then Lost Him really isn't going to be doing anything either. Yeah. And I think Aerinoa just realized that. So he's going to try to assassinate Gintoki over here, but he gets a wind wall, and yeah, that's pretty much game. Very, very unfortunate. And then Junnie gets another clock, and man, that's just rough. Yeah, but right now, this is pretty much... Oh wow, that didn't kill. Interesting. Now this kills. Yeah. Kind of pretty unfortunate, but... Yeah, running like a full assassin team can be pretty rough. And honestly, if Rona used his assassinate skill from here, he would have been able to kill the Gintoki, because as you can see, only Lost Him's attacking here instead of his soldiers, so yeah, not much you can do about that. But yeah, now Lost Him's pretty much dead meat. So yeah, that's some interesting games. Like, very high level. There's some high level play, but there's also some high level mistakes. And making any mistakes in high level play just might cost you the game, because it's just really difficult. Well, I wouldn't say difficult, but I'd say if you make too many mistakes, it's just gonna snowball out of control, and you can't really do much about that. I just realized that, oh well, not much I can do about that. I think I'll have to change a few things up for next time. Okay, so let's go with last match, I guess. So again, Shadowed Light and Tears. So it doesn't look like Tears has really changed up his box much, but he is playing against a team that is very AoE centric. So here he would probably want to focus on picking up his assassins, which he only has like one of. In that case, it might not be a bad idea to like pick Oboro early, since he is able to deal with AoEs pretty well. So he loses Christiana, which is whatever, and then he picks up Lucretia, which can be pretty hard to deal with, since he doesn't have a ton of assassins. And then Tears bans out the healers first, which I kind of think is a bit of a mistake, because there's a lot more pressing threats here to deal with rather than two healers. And then Tears picks up Rosenseal, which isn't a bad idea. Yeah, and then he loses two characters. Honestly, the Light of Genesis here isn't a great pick, so he'll probably want to pick up a tank here, since he already only has two left. And then, instead of banning out the single target, well, instead of banning out Yulia, it probably would have been smarter to ban out somebody like Bozel or Kruger. Yep, so Hilda, yeah, very good pick there. And then I think third pick Oboro here would be very solid. Because there's not really much... Well, I think the Hilda actually might get it completely annihilated by a combination of those two. So Kruger goes down. So either he wants to start banning out some tanks and then pick up Gintoki, or Tears would want to leave the tanks, ban out the damage dealers, and then pick up Oboro. And he picks Bozel here. Interesting. Not a bad pick, but I think it might be a bit... You're pretty much going to be relying on Bozel to carry you through this, which might be a bit rough. But I think it's still very much winnable. Okay, so loses the tank, leaves the tanks, and then picks up Gintoki here. Honestly, I think Oboro would have been a bit better, but Gintoki is just so good that it's definitely not a bad pick. Just run like triple dispel, and then yeah, and then he gets Oboro last pick, which I think that's a huge mistake on Shadowed Light, because Oboro can pretty much just shrug off AoE. Yep, smart move here. Yeah. Yeah, so pretty much Tears probably just needs to throw in Oboro, and well, not Oboro, but Bozel, and then just fart his AoEs onto Shadowed Light. And here I think it would have been smarter to bring a faction buff, because Bozel's not going to be attacking like turn 1. And it increases damage and his survivability. And honestly, I don't think he'd be able to survive 3 turns. Well, 3 turns to get all of his AoE stuff off. Yep, smart move by Bozel, and then teleporting up the Light of Genesis, which, okay. It's not really going to do much, since Rosen Seal can just block a lot of that stuff anyways. So, the Everlasting Abyss goes down on Tears, which isn't a huge deal, to be honest, though. The heal block is really unfortunate. Oh, this is a mistake. Okay, so he should throw Bozel in, to be honest. Like, Bozel will hit pretty much everybody but Lucretia, and he'll decrease basically decrease the damage for for the entire team of Shadow Light's well, he'll decrease Shadow Light's damage pretty much for Light of Genesis, and not really Lucretia, and Hilda's not really a factor here. But yeah, he could also just throw down the Miracle to get more buffs up and to potentially heal off that stuff, because honestly, Shadowed Light won't really be doing much. He could also just move the Rosen Seal back to make sure that like Gintoki doesn't get more stacks, and same with Bozel. And you don't really care about Hilda, because Hilda's really not doing much here. But here, what's going to happen is he's going to kill off the Kruger, but the Kruger's exclusive equipment's going to go down, throw down more debuffs, and just be a general menace. It's not terrible, but it's not ideal, because now he's going to just eat a Mooring of the Light to the face. And now the Rosen Seal gets silenced, which, yeah, very unfortunate. And then he blows just his 3C on one character, and yeah, that's not great. So what's gonna happen here is probably the Hilda's gonna eat shit. Oh no. Shadowed Light's gonna teleport the Lucretia in, and then probably kill off the Rosen Seal here. Oh no. Almost kill off the Rosen Seal. But yeah, now he's just in a lot of trouble. But honestly, I don't think that was a very good move by Shadow Light, to be honest. Honestly, Tyr should have just stayed back. He didn't need to move up at all. And then he tries to teleport. Ha! That's funny. Yeah, and then Black Hole pretty much kills off Gintoki and pretty much everybody else, and then, yeah. Yeah, this is pretty much over. Because Tears is basically doing no damage, and he's going to eat a ton of shit right now. And then I think Light of Genesis is just going to run up and, yeah, 3C or single target the Bozal, and the Bozal's going to die. Yeah, pretty sloppy playing all around on Tears' part. And yeah, I don't think there's much that the Oboro can do at this point because, yeah, honestly, she could have just taken out the Oboro. Yeah, because if the Oboro went down, yep, the Oboro's dead and Tears loses. Yeah, honestly, Tears really messed up in that he really wanted to turtle more instead of just running towards the center because Oboro would have just cleaned up. And then he also probably should throw that fixed immunity accessory on Rosenseal. Well, not that fixed immunity, but I don't know. It's just really unfortunate that Rosenseal got silenced there. You could also just think of banning Kruger a little bit earlier because he led Kruger through turn 3, and he could have just banned him instead of Bozal. But whatever. That happens. Then I think I will do maybe 2 or 3 more because I actually need to. Oh wait, I have plenty of time. So yeah, I think I'll keep going through all these matches. So what's going on here? Okay, kind of a more AoE centric box, and he's gonna ban out Oboro. So, yeah, this is a very AoE centric box right here. So I think Tears he could easily run a tank push strategy, and if he gets Rosenseal for early enough, he can pretty much just ignore all the AoE stuff that Kame has. And he bans out Rosenseal, which that's questionable because he's not really running AoE, and if he did, that'd just be Bozal basically, which not great on his own. 1 second. Excuse me there, I had to sneeze. Any case, so Epsilon gets banned out because Epsilon could pretty much mess up Akame's team since it's very AoE focused. And then Tears picks up Rosenseal here, which not bad, but he needs to really focus his picks to force Akame into like an AoE team, which shouldn't be too hard. And then Akame picks up Christiane, which gives Tears the opportunity to ban out a lot of the single target stuff. So get rid of Wedem, Epsilon. Sherry isn't so much of a big deal since Tears has 3 tanks. So probably the Wedem, Iron Blood, Lucretia, and Epsilon would probably be priority bans here. And then he bans out Epsilon and Wedem, which good picks. And then he picks up Blossom, which also a very good pick. Because the stun and the assassination skills would be very useful in this situation. And then Akame picks up Liana very, very early, which, okay. But that's basically Akame's only healer, and it's also Act Again support, which can be kind of hard to deal with as P2. Hard to deal with. Well, it's really good if you're P2. So here, Tears definitely wants to pick up a tank, which he should pick up Christiane, so he can leave that would check the Lucretia would check the Light of Genesis, and it also check this Iron Blood. So then, if he can just ignore those two, then he can probably end up banning out the really annoying characters for this overall team, or the characters he can't assassinate very easily. So probably would want to ban out Bernhardt here, and then probably Sherry. But banning out Iron Blood here wouldn't be a bad idea. And then it's kind of pointless. Yeah, this is a mistake. He definitely should have picked up Christian here. And Christian tanks go down, and now yeah, now he has to deal with Sherry without a tank. So yeah, now Gintoki goes down. Yeah, but it's gonna be a bit very, very rough. Because now he can't assassinate Liana. And he's gonna have to spend some time dispelling stuff from the Christian if he actually wants to start killing stuff. And then Light of Genesis goes down for assassination stuff, but I don't think Blossom can assassinate through Christian Aura and say a Sherry tankiness. Plus, this place doesn't really have a ton of terrain. Oh, let me double check this. Yeah, that's kind of low. Yeah, that's kind of low attack for a Sherry. I think this is the Genius Staff Assassination build, though. I'm not too sure, actually. Maybe they just decide to pick up 2 melee skills. It's entirely possible. But Sherry is going to pretty much run over his team. Well, Tears' team. Yeah, and he throws down the Miracle a bit early, in my opinion. Yeah, but this is going to be very rough because Tears pretty much can't really get close to Akame. Also, why did he should have just gone AoE Lana, because that Lana is just so much more survivable. It's also kind of tanky, but yeah, I think this Lostum can actually go up and assassinate either the Lana or the Sherry. Eesh. Because yeah, what? Oh, he didn't bring a mass attack at all. That's unfortunate. Because that would be a definite kill on that'd definitely be a kill on this Lana or this Sherry. But I'm just kind of curious how this will pan out. So yeah, he's just spreading it out, and yeah, doesn't really seem to be much movement. Oh, that's a huge mistake. Like, Blossom can just go up, grapple, and then move two, and then kill off the Lana very easily if he really wanted to. And then he could just move back, grapple over here, and then force Sherry to get too close. That also activate Gintoki stuff, and then Gintoki could just start falling off very easily. But yeah, that's a mistake. Yeah, that's not doing anything. And then teleports back, and yeah, that's just a waste of a skill and time. So yeah, Tears really is just trying to run a offensive team in a turtly mindset, and it's just not working out. I'm surprised he didn't go in with Lost Him though, because that he can. Oh, yeah. Here comes the act again, Sherry, and the Sherry's gonna go kill Lost Him, and then probably run back, or try to kill off the Gintoki. Though, I think the Gintoki kill is a bit. Yeah, just gonna run back to be safe. Yeah, there's just nothing Tears can do at this point. Like, I think his main issue right now is just he doesn't know when to commit to what style he wants to play, or his box. So yeah, Yeah, there's just nothing he can do at this point because he's not going to be able to trade kills effectively. Also, the Sherry whiffs a kill on the Lucretia. I gotta see this. How do you whiff a kill? Oh, never mind. She doesn't whiff the kill. She pops the revive. Okay. So yeah, that was good. Yeah, just he really should have picked Christiane as his third pick here, because then he wouldn't have to deal with the single target attacks from both Sherry and the Lana, even though the Lana stuff really isn't a huge deal. So yeah, this isn't going to do any damage. Yeah. So yeah, what's going to happen here is just Tears is going to kind of fumble around and not be able to do anything. And he's just going to be stuck in the back because he can't deal with the Sherry or the Christiane. So yeah. Kinda, yeah, there's just nothing really much you can do at this point, unfortunately. So yeah. 1 second. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. How do I ban bots? Oh, whatever. So yeah, there's really nothing he can do at this point, unfortunately. So, yeah. Yeah, and Tears loses. Yeah, just that whole situation happened because Tears didn't really pick ban. Well, his pick ban phase didn't go very well, which is just unfortunate. And now my game has frozen, unfortunately. Shoot. Oh, network error. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to hide my screen for a second. Yeah, I think I'm just using a bit too much data at this point. Oh well. 1 second, just reloading everything at the moment. So I'm just gonna go back to Tears's. Yeah, Tears is whatchamacallit card, and then we'll keep going from there. One moment. I wonder why everything is taking time to load. Like, I'm not really putting much pressure on my stream. I guess just my ISP is being really bad or something. Okie doke. Back to this guild card. And then checking name card. And then onto the game versus Tears, and bless you. 1 second. Okay, now we're back. Okay, so Tears is pretty much running the same blocks, and then Bless You is running a ton of tanks and ton of AoE, and he loses Rosenseal first pick right here, which, yeah, makes sense. So, I'd say Tears would probably want to focus on Assassins at this point, or just banning out the tanks first. Like, probably get rid of Estelle first, or get rid of Wedham first, and then just try to run Ragshaw against the team. Plus, the Rosenseal is really not doing much here. So, yeah. Bless you. So, Tears picks up Leona first, which, not a bad pick. And he loses the Ironblood and what's-her-name, and then he picks up Alpha. This, right here, Tears should pick up Gintoki immediately. But we'll see what he does. So, bans out those two. Yeah, banning out the Leonhardt here is not a bad idea. But you probably should have banned out Lavinia or Wedham right here, because he could or Lucretia, because Gintoki struggles with pretty much might struggle against all those guys. Yeah, and he picks up Gintoki here. Oh yeah, but there's also the Iron Blood, so... So, loses that he might want to pick up Lost Him, but this isn't one of Lost Him's better maps. And then Lucretia goes down, which, yeah, he might want to pick up a tank here, so he doesn't need to worry about that then. And then he picks up Oboro, which he really wanted to counter the Lucretia here, because now he's not going to lose his tanks. But actually, he still has 3 tanks, so yeah, it probably wouldn't have been a good idea to pick a tank here. So, yeah, Oboro's fine, but I think he would have wanted to pick something with more pressure, like Wedham, or Lost Him here. And then Estelle goes down, who honestly is gonna die like immediately to Gintoki, to be honest. And then yeah, picks up Sherry, which I'm not a huge fan of Sherry at the moment. So, and now he gets to pick his tank, which is fine. And here he probably wants to. Oh, what does he want to do here? Yeah, probably wants to. Well, none of these picks are great, but I definitely ban out the Emperor because that guy is just gonna be a pain because of the movement and the speed boost he gets from his talent. Yep, so smart ban there, and then he's probably gonna pick up Bernhardt here, or the. Oh yeah, he doesn't really need a faction buff, but honestly, his Bernhardt's faction buff would have been better. But he picks up the character with the revive, which is pretty good. Yeah, honestly, here, yeah, this can be a bit tricky because honestly, Sherry, he'll want to use Sherry to get rid of the puppet and give Gintoki more movement to move around. And then Oboro, he's probably just trying to bank on having Oboro tank everything. Also, that's a terrible move, moving his Lucretia first, because what Tears can do is he can just throw Sherry like right here, kill off the puppet, run away for free, just turn 2. And Enduring Hope, it's not really going to do much here. It's just going to give him a speed boost, which won't do anything because the Vincent won't be able to hit turn 1, and then same with King of Red Moon. So yeah, kind of pointless move. Well, pointless action. Moves Gintoki back. Not a bad move. And then, yeah. Okay. That was bad. He should have used Sherry to check the puppet immediately. And then, yeah. Onto creation. I think Tears is focusing way too much on tanking now. Because now what's going to happen is King Red Moon is going to jump in, do a lot of damage. Vince is going to jump in, do a lot of damage. And then Lucretia is going to jump it, throw Heaven's Sanction, and Tears is just going to eat 3 AoEs to the face. So, Heaven's Sanction. That was silly. Because now that gives Gintoki a speed boost, but it also forces Liana to use her stuff. In all honesty, Liana might have wanted to just bring some different skills, to be honest. Yeah, Tears is just... Yeah, he's trying to tank everything out, but there's not really much he can do. Because he's going to be forced to act soon. And there's just not much he can do. In all honesty, throwing Gintoki forward wouldn't be a bad idea. But, yeah, yeah, he's just playing way too passively at this point. Because Tears really just needs to figure out a way to... Well, figure out a point of attack. Yeah, and now King Dark Moon jumps in, does a lot of damage. Here, he should just... Here, with Gintoki, he should just use his 3C, dispel all this buff stuff, and just kind of allow himself to heal up, because, well, actually, he's gonna start eating AoEs to the face, so there's not really not much he can do. Yeah, because King of Red Moon's talent decreases healing in an area, which is an aura. Yeah, this is pretty much... This probably is gonna end up killing... Probably end up killing this entire team. Oh yeah, he's also getting trapped in the fog as well, which not good. Oh, please do not hit the Vincent. Please, okay. Okay, that wasn't a terrible move, but actually that was kind of a terrible... Oh no. Here comes the Vincent explosion. Oh, that whiffed? Wow. That was funny. Oh jeez, this is not good. And this can also whiff, yeah. Man, that's really unfortunate. Because now he can't get to the Lucretia at all. And he's in fog now, too. Oh dear. Yeah, this is just bad. Just really sloppy. Because that Oboro's gonna freaking die. Oh. When did he kill the King of the Red Moon? Oh, he didn't. So again, Sin dispels a bunch of stuff, but Gintoki immediately dies to Dark Reaper. Then, yeah. He should probably try to kill off the Lucretia here. Let's see what he does, yeah. But I think the Lucretia is going to counter-kill him. Oh, nope. Yeah, not a bad move. It's still recoverable, but it's gonna be a bit tricky. Oh. And then Vincent's gonna die here and pretty much kill off everybody. So, Cher goes down here, and I think the Oboro's also gonna die. Yep. So everything dies, and then, yeah, that's pretty much game over. Yeah, just... Tears really need to figure out how he wanted to play offensively, because he had so many opportunities to actually start checking Bless You, but he pretty much just played too passively and let Bless You just run all over him. And I disconnected again. God dang it. 1 second. Dude. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea why Langrisser has been disconnecting on me so frequently. God dang it. Yeah, like, I've been having internet issues with Langrisser all weekend. It's really aggravating. But in any case, I'm glad none of this stuff happened while I was actually playing my Apex matches. So yeah, just sit back and relax as I try to fix my shit. So, let's see. Drop frames, 45. Okay. Okay, let's just try closing a few things. Yep, I'm just gonna close off a few web pages and everything. And hopefully that fixes it, but we'll see. Yeah. I'm just not having a great time with my ISP recently, I guess. Okay, let's see what's going on. I'll just close that as well. Let's see what's going here. Yeah, and it's just really frustrating because I'm like plugged into Ethernet as well, so it's definitely an issue with my ISP. Okay, let's see what's going on here. 1 second. I may need to cut the stream short because everything is breaking. So, oh, I think that my internet lag spike finally died down because I am actually back in the game. Hooray. Okay. Okay. Poop. So yeah, I'm still having a network error. What to do? Okay, so I think I'm gonna unplug my Ethernet cable for a second and plug it back in and see how that works. So stream might go down for a second. We'll see. 1 second. Okie doke. Yeah, I'm still having some trouble. I'm not too sure what's going on here. Like, I'm still plugged into my Ethernet, but let me troubleshoot a few more things to see if I can actually fix this. If not, I might just call it there since I was mostly just covering Tears' games and that one game from the Summit Der Langrisser. And I am running a bit short on time, so we'll see. Give me a few more minutes. Alright, looks like we're back. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know what was going on. I think there was just like some kind of internet spike happening. In any case, I'll go cover the last few games for tiers, and then maybe I'll cover a game or two I played yesterday. One second. Doot. Okay, so now we are... Let me just bring up the next screen. There we go. So now we're going to cover tiers versus this person. Equinostia, or whatever. Oh, and that's a that's a assassin Werner. Yeah, generally Werners are infantry, so they can use infantry boots and actually have good range. But moderately standard box. But the kind of weird things in here are Kaguya and regular Elma. And right now, I don't understand why Tiers bans out Rose and Seal first. Like, and pick bans in this meta, I feel like you're trying to really shape how offensively, how your opponent can work offensively, and yeah. And I feel like your first pick should really determine what kind of strategy you want to go to, and that's a first pick Oboro. That's very interesting. So it seems like Equinosta wants to pretty much play tank push here, so then Tiers probably would want to focus on banning out the major DPS units that can really mess him up. Like, what first bans here would probably be meh. I would probably aim for like Gintoki and Kaira ban here, and then like banning out healers early is honestly not the best idea because that's just gonna leave him with. I feel like Tiers is just trying to force him into Alma pick early, which fine, but still, he should really be focusing on how he can take out the units on Equinosta's side first. And then, okay, so right now Equinosta is basically telling Tiers to pick a tank now or deal with all the single target stuff on his box, because right now, if Tiers doesn't pick a tank, he's gonna have to deal with Wedam unchecked, Gintoki unchecked, and Lucrezia unchecked, and even Kaguya unchecked. So then he bans out those two, and at this point he could probably skip a tank, but probably wouldn't be a good idea. Also, there was the Iron Blood, and so Tiers is losing pretty much his assassins, and Epsilon goes down, which is a very good pick on Equinosa's side. Tiers is banning out the support for Epsilon, and honestly, he doesn't really have a good way to get around the Epsilon. So here it might be a good idea to pick up Gintoki or Kaira. I mean, yeah, Lucrezia, not Kaira. Wow. So yeah, Lucrezia gets picked, and then picks up his own Lucrezia, and I think at this point he should just pick up Gintoki. So yeah, pretty good bans on that. Gintoki is picked, and then Equinosta picks probably Kaguya. Yeah, Kaguya. Yep, Kaguya is picked, and then Tiers is probably going to pick up Light of Genesis here, yep. So yeah, honestly, it wouldn't be a bad idea to, instead of bringing Sorks on, instead of bringing Sorceresses, he probably would have wanted to pick up, bring Firebrand Archers, just to deal with the Christiane. And it looks like Lucrezia is going to focus on dispels and single targets. And he's also going to brought the Heaven Sanction to deal with the Epsilon, which isn't bad. And then Christiane, yeah, not terrible setup. Yeah, so Tiers is pushing forward with his tank, though I think, it's fine. It's not too important. So yeah, basically, yeah, Tiers is trying to just gain his crystal stacks up, which honestly aren't going to be super useful because the only source of debuffs that Quinosta has is from Lucretia. And so Lucretia goes up, and I think he's probably just going to end up spamming just Dispel. So he can mess with Christiane. Okay, this is a bit of a mistake. He probably wants to start pushing in with Christiane so he can start getting the center pressure. Plus, what he could do is move here, throw Dispel down, just do a little damage, then teleport back with the puppet, and then puppet would be able to move here and then here, and then he could probably have somebody like Christiane just body block the Epsilon if he really wanted to. Well, so yeah, I guess that isn't a terrible move. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Because if he gets a lucky Dispel on the Christiane, then it's going to be pretty nasty. So Gintoki's just kind of moving around. Probably wouldn't have wanted to do that, because he's not really, Gintoki's really not going to be doing anything at this point. Probably would have wanted to just keep him further away, so he can't. There's like no way Equinosta can really threaten him. Plus, Tears' Gintoki has Apex boosts, so he could just easily get back in pretty easily. So he throws down Heaven's Sanction for no reason. That was a mistake. He should have just used a spell here. Yeah, really should have tried to get Dispel the 2-range guard, because then he could have just started to do a bunch of shenanigans and pick up the Epsilon if he got really lucky. Like if he dispelled, got the Christiane's and got the 2-range guard on the Christiane, then he could just toss in Light of Genesis and kill off the Epsilon easy. So shift this position, and then unfortunately leaves the puppet in range of Epsilon, which is not good. And then throws down the puppet. Oh, he teleports the puppet away, which kind of a waste, to be honest. Yeah, like Tears basically just burned a bunch of cooldowns to do nothing. Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty slow match. So Epsilon, interesting. Not a terrible move, but kind of seems pointless because nobody can actually get in there at this point. And yeah, and I think he's banking on the Gintoki being able to tank this Epsilon, but I'm not too sure if he will. And yeah, now he's just running scared. Yeah, why isn't he using the spell? I'm so confused. Yeah, that's not a terrible move, to be honest, because if the Epsilon wants to kill anything at the moment, he's gonna trigger Gintoki's talent, and then the Gintoki can just pick him up for free. But yeah, just a very passive game. I'm just gonna speed up because I want to see. That was pointless. Yeah, it's just a lot of wasted moves in this tier for some reason. Okay, let's see what this Kaguya done. And so does that, does a fireball and kills. Oh, that's impressive. Yeah, probably want, instead of using angels, probably want to have something like whatchamacallit. Oh, and yeah, angels probably want to have something like well, something different like the Holy Guard, but then again, you don't really see Kaguya that much, so yeah. Also, she has a lot of magic attack for some reason. Wowie. Blah 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 blah. Well, whatever. Also, it looks like Christiane's exclusive equipment overwrites the Blossom effects, so yeah, that's not great. In any case, let's see what happens here. Oh, he's sending Gintoki now without any of his talent activated? That's not great. Okay, yeah, this is very dead Gintoki. And, yeah, whiffs the kill. Yeah, very dead Gintoki. Oh, geez, that was a bad move. Yeah, so now that was a 0-for-1 trade. Very bad. And yeah, I think he gets the kill on the Christian. No, he whiffs the kill on the Christian too. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, whiffs the kill on the Christian. Yeah, this is not good at all. And then, yeah, Christian gets healed back out to full. His Christian moves in, and then he takes out the Lightogenesis, and yeah, that's pretty much over. Yeah, just a very sloppy move. Very sloppy, just all around. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Oh, but Tears managed to get up to gold 3, even though he shared like 4 matches where he lost. Oh, this is a very funny box against CU again. So yeah, there's an Omega, there's a Shalinka. Wow, I haven't seen those guys in forever. Also, there's a Kaguya. Very funny. So yeah, let's just see what's going on here. So bans out the Iron Blood. First picks Liana. Like, yeah. Loses 2 tanks. He's going to be forced to pick up Grenier here. Loses those 2. He picks up Sissy White for some reason. Even though, well, his healers aren't that great in the first place. Bans out those 2. Picks up Lost Him since he has a tank, so he can fully commit to DPS. Picks up that, and then picks up Elwyn, which is interesting. And then picks up his Gintoki, not bad. And then he bans out Elwyn, blah blah blah. Picks up Omega. Omega is gonna get super countered here, and then Bozel comes in. So yeah, main thing here is, why the heck did he ban Shalinka? Whatever. Like, in this situation, probably would have just been better to ban out the Grenier, so Gintoki had free reign to go bananas. Well, there is also the Sissy White, but that's not a huge deal. Okay, I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna go a bit quickly here. So Grenier goes up, Sissy White goes up. That's a Mage Sissy White for some reason. Mage Bozel goes down. That Bozel might be dead. so he goes to 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Bozel's fine for now. Bozel probably should bring faction buff in this case as well. And then Gintoki goes, just hugs the tank, throws down that on Grenier, and then what the heck? Oh, I guess that's fine. Then Lucretia's moved up there. Bozel moves back. Grenier gains more space. Not a very good idea, because then Lostum can jump there and jump here. 1, 2. Okay, so if Lostum was actually like up here, would have been much more threatening. Plus, doesn't really need to worry about him because holy shit, his skill is low. Yeah. Yeah, this Omega skill is ridiculously low. What the heck? Yeah, like, Gintoki can just park himself right next to Grenier and just check this Omega. Omega's really not doing anything. So, goes in, stuns the Grenier. Not a bad move. Goes back to Grenier. And then... yeah. But kind of pointless, because now Lost Him can't go... nobody can really follow up with Lost Him. And then attacks the Grenier. Gets healed back up to full. Doesn't really do anything here. What happened here? Okay, looks like he just took out... failed to take out Elwyn's for his life. What the heck? What the heck? Oh my god. Okay, so what Tears should have done is place lost him here to get the soldiers to attack. That would have easily killed off Elwyn's first life. And yeah. And also would have kept lost him under guard. Yeah. So this Elwyn's probably going to lose his first life. Or no, a scooter dash. Interesting. Farts them back, which, whatever. Throws down a Spire again. Honestly, at this point, it probably would have been a good idea to just use Act to get and to take out. Yeah, it probably would have been a better idea to use Act again. Oh yeah, now this lost him is super dead. Wow. So, kills off Lucretia. He can't do anything. Yeah. Oh. Interesting. Oh, okay. So, that was Fatal Shadow. Bozel uses his 3C on one unit. Okay, so let's just... So, he goes in again, tries to kill... kills off the Bozel, which, big whoop. Bozel's really not useful here. So uses my time to shine, gets guard back up. This Elwyn just is not losing his first life. What the heck? So Gintoki is just waiting around, doing nothing, and then ooh, Elwyn gets preempted, counterattacked, and he dies, or not. What the heck is going on here? This is so sloppy. Oh, and that's very very Elwyn. Oh god. Okay, so Gintoki heals the full. Scooter dashes the Omega. Omega dies. Oh my god, this is so funny. Wow. I'm speechless, to be honest. Okay, so Gintoki runs back to safety. And he uses that. Almost kills the Gintoki, but wow. Heals the Gintoki back up to full. And then... This Grenier has the reflection accessory. Oh god, my sides. Oh wow. This... Yeah, and then Tsuyu runs away. This is just... I have no words. It's just so funny in my opinion. 1 second. Okay, we're back. So, yeah, I just have no words for that match. It was just silly as heck. But I think I have time to cover maybe 2 more matches, so I'll cover my match against Mirror and Ecal. Mirror, I probably shouldn't have won. I actually got crazy lucky. Hello, Death Crystal. How's it going? But yeah, just covering matches at the moment. Yeah, so here's a pretty high-level game where I'm facing Mirrors, and as you can kind of see with our boxes, we're a lot more offensive-oriented. Like, Mirrors has only 1 tank, I only have 1 tank, and yeah, we both each have 1 tank, and we're mostly just all offensive units. I happen to have three healers, but he only has 2, which perfectly fine. Healers aren't super useful in this meta. So he first picks Gintoki, which is pretty scary, but I think I pick up Lucretia here, so I can deal with him if he gets too close. He bans out my tank and my Iron Blood, which is smart, so I can't run in and smack him, and then he picks up his own Iron Blood, which It's honestly fine by me. I ban out Lost Him and Sherry, so they can't really benefit from the Iron Blood, and I don't have to deal with Sherry in a tankless box. And then I pick up Elwyn here, so I can better check these two, because Elwyn can easily one-shot him if the Gintoki isn't running Lancer soldiers. And then he picks up Epsilon, because he's a very self-sufficient character, and he can pretty much deal with AoE single target box, like pure single target boxes very well. I ban out his map control units, which are Light Genesis and Clan, and I think I pick up Warner here since he can pretty much kill any of these 3 units if he gets the opportunity, and I can also mess around with a defensive stance, so Mirrors can't get an easy kill on the Warner. He bans out my Sissy White and my Light Genesis, so I can't shenanigans him with teleport and stuff, and he also got rid of my Sissy, so he can pick up Elwyn, and he can kill. I won't be able to tank him very well. I bound out his Sissy and his Warner, so because they both synergize. Well, Sissy has the tank stuff, which can mess my Elwyn up, and then Warner synergizes pretty well with Elwyn. Here I pick up Leanna, since he panned out one of my healers, and that pretty much gives me free reign to. Well, that pretty much frees me up to have frees up my last pick to be an offensive unit, and yeah. Also act against support, and then he gets rid of my Sherry and my Diehard, which, whatever, and he leaves me Epsilon, which is kind of a mistake. So yeah, he picks up Diehard, which I don't really care about, because my Warner can free tank him with Lancer soldiers. So yeah, buffs go down, we're just a bunch of setup and all that stuff. So Mirrors is pretty much keeping his Gintoki way back, because that's basically his carry unit, and just look at this Gintoki, it's crazy strong. Yeah, just like 800 defense, almost 3k HP, well 30k HP in total. Yeah. So throws down mass attack and speed boost, so these two have a ton of range. Here I throw down mass attack and position myself offensively so I can counter any offenses. And here, I was trying to be a bit cute in that I wanted to position my Leanna in a way where I can potentially act again either Elwyn, or I can move my Warner up in an offensive stance and act him again to kill something off. So Blaze of Resolve goes down. And then Diehard really can't do anything to me. Yeah, Diehard just can't do anything to me at this point, and then I act again the Warner to kill off the Iron Blood. But in honesty, probably would have been smarter to act again the Elwyn here, so I could hit him and then pretty much get hit his Elwyn, so Elwyn won't be doing much for a turn. And the Iron Blood is positioned in a way that they can't do anything. The Gintoki really isn't doing much at this point. And yeah. Because he only starts to do something if I act him again. Well, if I kill something, which I unfortunately do here. So yeah, I kill off the Iron Blood, which she wasn't in range to actually do anything, unfortunately. So that goes down, and then Gintoki gets to act again. Bunch of shields and stuff on death stuff apply, and then I trade my Warner for his Gintoki, and just yeah, that Gintoki just completely destroys me. And just look at this Gintoki. He has like 2k attack. It's freaking terrifying. He also body blocks my Elwyn, so I can't check his Elwyn, which I did not think of, unfortunately. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. If I threw my Elwyn like right up there, I would have been fine. Yeah, I probably should have done that. Because yeah, if I was one square higher, then I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, pick up the Elwyn, no problem. And then the Gintoki would have to come in and do some shenanigans, and I'd have a bit more freedom to act. So I throw down Heaven's Sanction here. So, I can pop the shield on the Epsilon and then run away. But I unfortunately forget about the Epsilon's weapon, where he heals after something dies. And so my Leona unfortunately dies here. And Epsilon getting his stealth back. So yeah, can't do much here. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm keeping my... I haven't moved my Epsilon yet because I want... Well, honestly, probably should have used Epsilon first and tried to kill off the Gintoki. But we'll see. Yeah, it's not really a good choice for me to act here. Oh yeah, I kind of had to move my Elwyn there because his Elwyn would have gotten mine. And then I pretty much sacrificed the Elwyn here. And then my Elwyn dies. But just barely, which is kind of interesting. I kind of want to see that again. 1 second. So, yeah, he steals my shield, my defensive buff, and then... Oh, never mind. That was not close at all. Yeah. Yeah, unicorns are made of tissue paper. So yeah, here I actually pick up the Gintoki, which has surprised me quite a bit, because it did a lot of fucking... My Epsilon hit really hard. And now we both have, like, full whatever stacks. I have slightly more attack than his Epsilon, but it's whatever. And I think here, his Epsilon just goes in and kills my puppet. Yep. Yeah, his Epsilon goes in, kills my puppet, and then... Yep. Yeah, so a bunch of heals go down, and then Epsilon does that, and then I kill off this Epsilon for free. And then here's the clincher. So my Epsilon has a butt ton of buffs at the moment. I forgot where he got all this, to be honest. Oh yeah. So Elwyn basically has a... So how many buffs does he have? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 buffs. So he has a 5 and 8 chance of killing off my Epsilon, because his Elwyn can just go in, dispel the healing debuff, and then do whatever, his 3C. But he loses the roll, and I get to pretty much get a free kill on the Elwyn there. Well, actually, I could have just moved my Epsilon back and had my, what's her name, take care of him. So yeah. But honestly, I think that would have been a bit tricky to pull off, because what's his name? The Diehard would have had more range than any of my units, and if I wanted to like get a counter kill on the Diehard, I'd have to essentially get a breeze or position my characters close to each other, which would effectively allow the Diehard to just go in and go in, kill one of my units, stun the other one, and then get another attack off next turn. Well, whatever. I take those wins. And then finally, we have me versus E-Cal. And yeah, kind of the same modus operandi for both of us. But here I'm just forcing him to just play pure offense. And then I pick up Venom First Pig, because now E-Cal basically has to react to my Wedum, because I can pretty much go in turn 1 and kill off one of his units if he's careless. So yeah, he picks up my Lucretia and my Iron Blood, because they can pretty much ignore the Sissy 8 pick. Then I think here I pick up the Litogenesis. Oh yeah, I ban out his Gintoki and his Wedum, so he can't respond to me at all. And then, yeah, I pick up Litogenesis, so I can just effectively have her as an assassin. And then he bans out my tanks, forcing me to play pure for offense, which I'm perfectly fine with. And who do I pick here? I think I pick up McLean. So I ban out his, like, movement support. And then I pick up Epsilon here, so because both Wedum and Epsilon fly, so I have like a terrain advantage basically. And then he gets rid of my Elwyn and my Sherry, so I can't run over his team. And he picks up Lucretia, which is a good pick here, because I can't assassinate her. Well, easily. And then I think here I pick up McLean. Yep, I pick up McLean, because notice here that basically his entire team is footlocked, except for the opposing McLean. And so he bans out more of my assassins and my Frozen Seal for some reason, and I'm like, whatever. And he picks up, well, he probably banned out the Frozen Seal, so he can stun me, but I don't really care at this point. And he picks up Epsilon here, which, not a great pick. Honestly, I think I should have... Nah, actually, I think my bans are fine. So yeah, I ban out McLean and lost him here, and force him to pick between Sherry and the Frozen Seal, who, yeah, whatever. And then I pick up my own Sissy White, because I can get away with like support shenanigans. But you'll just see here how my McLean does a lot of work here. So yeah. So here I'm pretty much positioning myself in a way where I'm like, I'm going to check any of your units who try to move down the center. And then I'm going to have my Wedum, who can pretty much check any units that move too far out of the spawn box. And so he's putting his Lucretia forward, so... Yeah, he's putting his Lucretia forward so he can check my Epsilon and potentially kill him off if I'm careless, which, yeah, good idea. And then I just start moving my McLean up so I can get... get some... Yeah, so I can just move him in a range, but I got a really lucky breeze here, and you'll see why that's really lucky very soon. So Lance Felix goes down, I don't really care, and then, like, once I saw my McLean and get this breeze, I'm like, I can do so many plays here, and you'll see very soon. So yeah, throw down the Lancer so I can just gain some extra space if I want it, which I don't really need it. And potentially just bait the Diehard in, but yeah, it's not really a big deal. And the Diehard gets a breeze, which would be pretty bad normally for me, but I'm P1, so I get to mess around. And then here, I actually place my Leda Genesis. I actually place my Leda Genesis right here. And because my McLean can move here, fart out his AoE, move back, and then I can teleport my Leda Genesis in and then hit, like, a lot of things. So yeah. McLean goes in, farts out his water, and then the other thing about that is Diehard is stuck in water, and Terrain Master doesn't go through McLean's tiles, so he's kind of stuck. So here, he's trying to, Ecow tries to get around that a bit by speed boosting his entire team. Doesn't affect Diehard, does affect his Lucretia, which, whatever. It's not really a big deal since he can't really hit my entire team. And then, yeah, his entire box is pretty much just, like, stuck in spawn because all this bullshit water. And then I teleport Leda Genesis in and take out the Diehard for free. Boom shakalaka. And yeah, and then Leda Genesis gains that Lights and Breaths thing where she takes a bunch of less damage at 100% health. How much? 25%. And then Lucretia tries to kill her off, but whiffs the kill, unfortunately. And here I just realized if I brought sorceresses, that would have been a lot less close. In any case, I'm pretty much gaining some extra space with my Sissy White. I just realized that I probably should have just tossed that on my Epsilon since he's a lot more useful. And then, unfortunately, I don't think he realized that his mercenary had the debuff on it, and he wasn't at full health. So I can do something really nasty. So I teleport Wedum directly into the middle of his team, fart out onto his 3C, and then take Lucretia's first life, and inflict that heal reverse debuff on her. So now he can't heal the Lucretia, and yeah, I'm at a pretty large advantage. And here he's just gonna move the Lucretia around, try to kill off the sword, and then fart out Heaven Sanction, which kills off the ad, breaks the shield, and yeah. So what was I thinking of doing here? Honestly, what I could have done is I could have used Wedham, killed off the Lucretia right there, and then body blocked the Epsilon. Yeah, and even if the Sherry picked him up and took over this tile, it wouldn't have mattered that much because my Epsilon could just go in and assassinate him. And his Epsilon doesn't have Shadow Stealth, so I could easily deal with him. So yeah, I make a mistake here and use my Epsilon to kill off his Epsilon. So whatever, that goes down. I get the refresh, and then here he's gonna kill off my Wedham, which, oh well. Can't do much about it. And then he's gonna smack my Epsilon with his Shadow Raid, and that blows up his shield, which is unfortunate, because that pretty much means my Epsilon is dead meat now. And then yeah, my Epsilon is just eating a ton of damage. And here, I move McLean up one tile so I can get into range and to smack either the puppet or the Sherry. And here I actually decide to hit the Sherry. And luckily, Sherry's not at full HP, and she actually dies to McLean. So yeah, his only DPS unit left is Lucretia. She can't use Dark Reaper because that will actually kill her. Because she has the heal reverse buff, and then I just auto attack and trade my Epsilon for Lucretia because I still have my McLean left, and that leaves Ecal with like zero offensive units now. And then here I can just keep controlling him in this corner by just farting out water and body blocking. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, there's nothing Ecal can really do to my team now because my McLean is full HP, and he has a revive, and I can get my assassinate skill back up, and I can keep controlling him in this corner, them in this corner. So yeah, pretty fun matches. I don't think there's really anything else that really interested me in those other two matches that I have. So yeah. Oh, hello, Tears. How's it going? I'm probably gonna call it here because I actually have I have a podcast to do in about 15 minutes, so I need to rest my voice, get a little snack, and take care of that. But yeah, I'll have this video posted to YouTube relatively soon. Yep. Yeah, thanks for joining me, everyone, and have a good Sunday. Or Monday if you're in that time zone. Alright, take care, everyone. Bye.